Here we have Nala. Good girl. This is our first potty walk of the evening or morning, right? So she's 9 months. She's still having some problems, but we know. So they have a couple kids, and we were talking about it yesterday. She's still having some accidents inside, and he even said it. The dad even said it that the kids had fed her kind of late, and it's not like this happened yesterday. It just has happened. So a lot of times people will tell me their stories, and I just keep asking questions, and so it made it sound like it was a problem at first, and he just wants it knocked out. And what a lot of people don't realize is sometimes their bladders aren't really fully developed until they're a year old, right? And we don't want them. Now we don't want them practicing. We don't want it becoming a practice behavior as in pottying inside. So, but anyways, he said that the kids had fed her pretty late, right? So she had ended up pooping overnight. But also, I think she was in the X pen, so they've done really good because they've done really good with crating and then X pinning her when they're doing stuff, right? So, in other words, X pen, in case you guys don't know, is pretty much like a little fence for inside the house. It lessens the space that they can have, right? And so, the more space that they have, the more likely they're going to go somewhere that they don't hang out a lot, and that's where they'll go potty. The problem is she's peed and pooped inside of the X pen. I believe he said she never has in the crate except for maybe when she was super, super little. But it's all about supervision, right? Supervision and timing. So say she's peeing in the house like more often than what, like at first it sounded like it was happening a lot, and then after talking to him, it's like it happens every here and there, and that's going to happen. That's going to be usually error, human error, right? Like we took our eyes off them for a minute. Now ideally by 9 months they're not having any accident, because 9 months they should be able to go about 9 hours. They say the age in months plus one, so 9 months, you would think 9 to 10 hours she should be able to make it, right? Then it gets into how practiced is it for her to go off in the corner of the house somewhere, if that's what they were saying. I know when I first went, it was about 2 months ago, I think she had occasionally pottied inside the X pen. And I don't recall how recent it was, but it's all about supervision. And not letting it become a practice behavior. Like, for instance, Raider, he still will. Now he does it because he's marking more nowadays, but it's practice, right? So for the first 2 months, I really, really spent a lot of time getting him going outside, right? And then I had to go back to work. I had to start working again, right? And my wife did not keep up with it. Right? And because it takes everybody, right? Everybody's got to watch. And so it just became, it only happened, I would catch them, start to mark when I was there, and then when I wasn't there, bam, I'd get home, there's 2, 3, well, I didn't see. Well, you got to watch, dude, that's what, So it takes everybody to get over stuff like that. And Raider's deal was, I got him at around 6, 7 months, and he had learned to potty in the crate because he was at the breeder. Apparently, his wife had some medical problems, so he wasn't around a lot, and he had just it was something like that. But he was, as a puppy, was left in the crate just way too long, so he had learned to pee and poop in there, and When they start peeing and pooping in the crate, it's much, much harder. If they're peeing like in the back side of the house or something, it's much easier. You get baby gates, you take the space away, right? The least amount of space, the less likely they are to do that, and supervision, right? So that was my deal with Raider, but she should be pretty easy. She started whining kind of almost at 5, right, which is about when I get up and start potty walks anyways. But she let me know, so, and I know they're in a big house, and I think I think she's in with one of the kids, if I recall. So it's I think with her it's just trying to help get and when I say kids, they're not little kids. They're young, but they're not little like it 5, 6, 7. I think, well, I don't remember. Maybe he's like 9 or 10. I don't remember. It was a couple of months ago when I talked to them. And I'm old and I don't remember that kind of stuff. And and here's the other thing. So she poops, right? Before I started this, and you want to give them time afterwards. So you don't want to go pee and poop and then go right back in. Now when they're little, you want to give them. She's probably not going to pee again, right? But when they're little, you want to give them another shot to make sure they get that second out. So you give them another 5 to 10 minutes, right? And so what I'm doing with her is every time she pees and poops out here, I'm going to be all excited. Yeah, good girl. I'm going to see if I don't have to go to treats, because I don't think her going inside is that bad. But that would be the other thing, right? A couple treats outside. Yeah, good girl. Like she would pee there, and then she gets done peeing. You go, yeah, good girl. She comes to you and you give her food here. But I think the affection and praise is good enough, because they naturally don't want to go inside where they're at. That's why you would take space away. Take space away and slowly give them more space. Or what I've told people is you just have to watch. If you don't want to take, because people have been like, I don't want to do that. Well, then you have to watch every second, right? You want to go take a shower, it needs to be in the crate. You want to watch TV without being bugged, it needs to be in the crate. Otherwise, they're going to go behind the couch. They can go by the couch. They're going to go in another room. Probably shouldn't be giving her all this affection here either. Well, it's been a few minutes, so as in if I'm giving her a bunch of affection everywhere else after she potties, it's not going to be that important or as impactful. That's the word I want. Right? What you think, girl? Ain't no big deal, is it? Ain't no big deal. We get there. We're 9 months old. It won't take us long. Anyways, that's what they say. Well, that's what I was told. Huh.